Why Jesus was never safe, and why that matters more than ever. Have you ever noticed that the more seriously you follow Jesus, the more uncomfortable life becomes? Not because God isn't with you, but because you're no longer trying to fit into a world you were never made for. It's not just you. Jesus didn't come to make people comfortable. He came to confront what we'd rather avoid. That's why the world didn't embrace him. It crucified him. You see, we've sanitized Jesus into this soft, smiley figure, always gentle, always agreeable. But the real Jesus? He flipped tables. He called out hypocrisy in the highest places. He looked religious leaders in the eye and told them they were blind. Not exactly safe. The people he challenged weren't criminals or rebels. They were the respected, the educated, the admired. Why? Because when truth shows up in its rawest form, it doesn't pat egos, it slices through them. Jesus said, "I did not come to bring peace, but a sword." Not because he loves violence, but because truth divides. It separates what is real from what is fake, what is eternal from what is temporary. We don't like to hear that. We'd rather believe Jesus just wants us to be kind, say our prayers, and keep the peace. But following Christ has always been about more than comfort. It's about transformation, and transformation hurts. So why do people resist real faith? The answer runs deep. Because when you stand for truth in a world built on illusions, you become a mirror. And mirrors aren't always welcome. They show people things they don't want to see. When you start living like Jesus, it won't always feel rewarding. People might unfollow you, friends might distance themselves, some will misunderstand you completely, but Jesus never called you to be popular. He called you to be faithful. And here's the twist. This rejection? It's the mark that you're on the right path. Jesus said, "Blessed are you when people insult you, persecute you, and falsely say all kinds of evil against you because of me." Let that sink in. Being misunderstood is not failure. It's confirmation. Every generation needs a few who are willing to walk the narrow road, even when it's lonely, who speak the truth, even when it's costly, who live like Jesus, even when the world rolls its eyes. That's you. You weren't made to blend in. You were made to stand out, not with pride, but with purpose. You were called not to impress the world, but to reflect the kingdom. So when the path feels hard, when people don't understand you, when you feel like the odd one out, remember, you're not alone. You're just following someone who never fit in either. And maybe that's the clearest sign that you're exactly where you're meant to be.